Recently, when I was organizing and tidying up, I found an old notebook. And I wrote this notebook around 10 years ago. I looked a little bit into it and then found a list. This list was titled Things to Do When Feeling Sad, Unmotivated, Desperate or Heartbroken. So I will share this list with you because I thought those things that I wrote down there still apply to me today. And those are things that can help you to feel more feminine again when you are in a bad mood, when you are feeling sad, drained or unmotivated. I also added some new things that I have learned in the recent 10 years so that you have a full toolbox for those times and days in which you don't really feel like yourself and like the woman you actually want to be. So let's start with number 1. The tip number 1 is something that I discovered in the last years. It is not on that old list because I have learned that just recently. It is that you have to calm your nervous system first. Because oftentimes when we are anxious, we find ourselves in fight and flight. And the best physical way to calm that is to breathe. That means to do breathing exercises. It sounds easy, but it is really very effective. I have talked a lot about the belly breathing. I will link the video in which I explain it down below, but you could also just do a box breathing. If you type it in Google, you will find it, or simply inhale for, let's say, 4 seconds and then exhale for 6 seconds. This will really calm the parasympathetic system, and it is the first step to calm you down, especially when you feel anxious. The second tip, and that's from my personal list, it is also something that every one of us can do. It is nourishing yourself with feminine rituals. And those rituals can be different for everyone. But for me, those things are, for example, taking a soft, warm bubble bath. I don't have a bathtub, unfortunately, but if I had one, I would do that instantly. But other things that I would do is, for example, getting a pedicure, getting a manicure, maybe something else that you can do for yourself, or simply do some wellness at home, or go to a wellness center, go to the sauna. So all those kind of rituals that will reconnect you a little bit with yourself, that will put you more in your body, that will nourish your body. Because at the same time, they will nourish your soul and your femininity. Number 3, also from my personal list, is listen to old songs that you love. They can also be new songs, but what I found out is that oftentimes these old songs often kind of put you in a better mood. At least in my case, it is like that. Recently, I listened to an Italian classic. It was kind of a pop song, maybe from the 90s or 80s. This song instantly put me in such a good mood. I even listened to it several times, and this also happens with specific other songs, especially with dance music also, because I'm a dancer. So there are specific songs from the area of bachata or kizomba or salsa. Try to think of songs that you connect to something positive, that are from a time in that you felt good, that you felt on top. And I promise you that the right music will really bring you back into this feeling, and it will motivate you. Music has such a strong influence on us that you should really make use of that on those days. Tip number 4. It is now a good transition because it is about movement. You have to move if you can, of course. If you broke your leg and you cannot move, okay, then you can make use of the other tips. But as long as you are physically able to move, even if you feel heavy, get up and move. Put on music, dance a little, do some fitness. If possible, go out, go into a fitness club, or participate in a dance class. There are many drop-in classes usually, at least here in Germany, that is very common. I'm sure in other countries too. drop-in classes for salsa, for tango, for bachata, for ballet, for whatever. Drop in, try a new dance. Belly dance is also nice. There are many options, but go and get moving. Why? Because movement releases endorphins. And another very important thing, when you feel sad or unmotivated or heartbroken and your mind is spinning and your thoughts are somewhere and you're overthinking, movement will bring you back from your head into your body, depending on what you do, especially things that you have to concentrate, like learning a choreography. Do something like pole dancing or cabaret dancing, how is that called? Burlesque. There are also classes for that. This will not only bring you back into your body and out of your head, but it will also give you more femininity, a body feeling, and boost your confidence. I have experienced it myself many times. We will come to the next point, my personal, very personal motivation. I don't know if you can relate, but let me know down below. My personal motivation for days on which I feel sad, for whatever reason, is watching old movies. And especially watching old movies with Marilyn Monroe or Breakfast at Tiffany's, something like that, or some Italian movies with Sophia Loren or some other feminine actresses, but especially the ones from Marilyn. And my top 3 are How to Marry a Millionaire, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Some Like It Hot. So those 3 movies, and then Breakfast at Tiffany's with Audrey Hepburn. If I watch those, I instantly get a motivational hit. I don't know why. Because usually in most of the movies, Marilyn is with her feminine friends. They are on adventures, they are flirting, they are admired by men, and it kind of motivates you. I mean, if you're a feminine woman and like those things. And then something more contemporary that also works on me or myself is watching realities of people that somehow inspire me or that I somehow feel connected to. And there is a strange, I don't know if it's strange, but I have a special connection somehow to Georgina Rodriguez. Maybe because she's Spanish and she speaks in Spanish, and she also has this Argentinian background. Somehow when she talks, I watched her reality. I know many might, I don't know, regard her as not classy, whatever. You know my opinion. I love elegance, but I think that every woman should express her femininity as she likes. And when I watch her, even I'm a totally different type, it still motivates me because she's so confident, and I like watching that. I like her story. It's like a Cinderella story. Of course, watching those movies or series can be regarded as a rather distractional activity, but sometimes it is good to distract yourself, and that's a good distraction. I mean, as long as it motivates you and as long as it inspires you, it's a good distraction. Now I come to my personal and general tip number 6, and that's communicate and reconnect or connect with other women. That's very important for us women. We are especially social, especially when there are things about men or things that are bothering us, whatever. What helps us is communicating, talking about a thing. So grab your phone and write a good friend who is a good listener, who you know and trust, and make an appointment with her. Go to a cafe. If it is difficult because your friends live somewhere else, etc., call, try to talk on the phone. If this is not possible, send a voice message. I'm sometimes sending voice messages with a friend who's living in Austria. They are hour long, but I mean, she likes to listen to me, I like to listen to her, and this really always helps. And I can only recommend you to connect with women, because when you connect with people, and especially with fellow women, first of all, they cannot break your heart because it's a woman and not a man. And second, the hormone oxytocin is also released. It's the same hormone that is released when we are dancing and connecting on a physical level, but connecting and bonding also releases this hormone. And this will boost your mood. And number 7 is also from my list, and it's something that I sometimes do, and it is beautify and organize your surroundings. First of all, when you organize something, where even if it is a small space, it's just a drawer, maybe a bookshelf like I did last time. What I like to do is also organizing my closet. This not only organizes your closet or your drawer, and you will feel better because you will have an organized space, a more beautiful organized space, but also it somehow sorts out your thoughts. Your surroundings somehow reflect your inner state. So when your surroundings are in chaos or not beautiful or not feminine, not comfortable, it might have an influence on your mood. So also the opposite is true. If you beautify your surroundings, even if it is just tidying up something, you will instantly feel better afterwards, and you will feel more motivated and inspired, I promise you. It's a very simple and cost-effective tool to feel better, feel more feminine, feel more motivated, and in the end, feel happier. And now I come to tip number 8, which was not on my list, but is another thing that I have found out throughout the years, and it is reconnect with your sensuality or with your senses. What I mean by that? Go out, go to a really nice shopping center and go smell perfumes. If you like perfumes, this will be very good. If you don't like them, try it, because specific fragrances have a strong influence on our well-being, our mood, and on our femininity. Go and smell some great feminine perfumes or niche perfumes. They don't have to be feminine, but they should be sensual. You can also use a perfume, and that's the same concept as with the songs, from a time that reminds you of this time. I don't recommend you to smell a perfume that reminds you of some man that broke your heart or whatever, but go and smell a perfume that you used when you were happy, when you were confident, maybe from your youth. Use that, but there are also other ways to reconnect with your senses. For example, go and try new makeup. If you have makeup at home, try something. Go and try on some feminine clothing. That's why I said go to a nice shopping center. Try feminine clothes, feel the fabric. If you cannot afford to buy a new dress now, just put it on. The same with your taste. If possible, go to a nice cafe or a tea salon. There are also cafes that are specialized on tea in big cities. Get a nice special tea, maybe with some rose petals in it, or a nice chocolate, maybe a dark chocolate, something nice. Try something that will stimulate your senses, that will somehow bring you back into your body. When you reconnect with your senses, you are going to reconnect with yourself and with your femininity. I'm speaking from experience. So listen to this 40 years old lady who has made a lot of experience in her life already. But as this is a channel and a community, for sure you also have some tips that help yourself. So please share it with our other ladies. Write down in the comments what your personal motivation tip is. And if you liked my video and it was helpful for you, I'd be very happy about a thumbs up. That helps me. Share this video with a friend or a woman who might need it now. And also subscribe if you aren't already, and click the notification bell, because I would love to see you again. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.